All right, so here's one of those pop culture laid back kind of videos. It's just one of those unscripted, here are my thoughts kind of things. Now, Ariana Grande is, I safe to say, probably one of the biggest things in music right now. I mean, for whatever reason, it seems that BuzzFeed and Billboard cannot go an hour without posting something about Ariana, whether it be her new album, Thank You Next, was dropped on Friday, I believe. Her not performing at the Grammys. I mean, there are just so many stories swirling around that. Originally it was said that the reason she's not performing is because she's being uncooperative. That they were saying that she can perform Seven Rings, but then the second song she could perform was chosen for her instead of her actually choosing. Then she pretty much replied, via tweet that I wasn't going to say anything, but now you're lying on me. And I didn't even bother to look into what her response was because I honestly didn't really care. It's one of those things where, hey, doesn't really phase me if she performs or not. And, then you have the whole Pete Davidson thing, when the engagement broke off. Then, it seems like she's breaking YouTube, Spotify records like almost every week. New music videos, just so many things, Now, let me just say this much. I am not, I don't hate Ariana Grande. I think she's very talented. I mean, I grew up, I remember her best from Cat Valentine from Victorious, when she put out her first few singles. I think Hearts Up was one of her first singles, but it didn't do too well. It wasn't until her and Mac Miller did The Way. I love that song. Even to this day, I think it was great. And I think she did a Justin Bieber cover, I Died in Your Arms or something like that. That was another great one. Definitely the best voice off the Victorious cast. Her and the girl that played Jade, I believe Liz was her first name. But that show was really about promoting Victoria Justice. But, And in any case, my thing is this. The reason I believe Ariana Grande is like so big, the it thing right now, is because there really aren't that many divas out there when you think about it. You had Miley. I didn't think of Miley Cyrus as a diva. I just thought she was just, ratchet, for a lack of a better phrase, just doing what it took to get attention. Then for whatever reason, once Miley began to calm down, it seemed like that crazy bug bit Katy Perry. And then she was doing her thing for a while, but then, not really much to say about that. And then all of a sudden, Ariana Grande is like the source of so much controversy and whatnot. I'm not really talking about the whole donut looking thing and saying that she hates the US or whatever that thing was a couple of years ago. But really, it started after breaking her relationship with Mac, getting with Pete. Next thing you know, we're going to get married. Then the whole thing in regards to her being, groped at the Aretha Franklin funeral, in combination of backlash for the skimpy outfit she was wearing. Then next thing you know, her and Pete break off their engagement. Then Thank You Next came out. Then that blew up. Then, so many various things. Then on top of that, announcing the new album for Thank You Next and dropping songs like Seven Rings. Then the whole thing about her tattoo not saying Seven Rings, but saying something about barbecue. It's just non-stops. And then the whole Grammy thing. I feel like, for me personally, I feel like there have been better songs by Ariana than Thank You Next and Seven Rings. Like, Problem. I love that song. That's another catchy one. But I feel like her star might be burning out a bit quickly. I feel like there's a lot of overexposure right now. And maybe her next album will be great as well. But I just feel like, it's only been several months since she dropped Sweetener. And Thank You Next has come out. It's almost like, the James Brown Prince effect, where they just keep dropping album after album, not really sticking to one particular thing. And no, I'm not really comparing Ariana Grande with Prince or James Brown, who I love the both of those artists, but just hear me out. That's how they work in terms of their music. But I just feel like, I feel like she's really the only one out there. You got the Cardi B and Nicki thing, but that's really a beef. They're really more about creating beefs and whatnot between the female singers, where Ariana's pretty much the only one who's consistently putting out music. And I'm not going to lie, I listened to her album Thank You Next on Spotify earlier today. There are some good songs on there, but I feel like, what was it, like Break Up With Your Girlfriend, I'm Bored, or something like that. And not really a fan of that. I think Ghostin' was a very good one. That was like a haunting melody kind of song. Thank You Next, I feel, was annoyingly catchy, and I think the music video was very well done. I mean, I have an older sister, so I grew up watching those movies. I think, what was it, 13 going on 30, Legally Blonde, Mean Girls, and Bring It On. Like, I didn't really watch those by choice. I grew up in the era of there's only one TV in the house, or no, I think we had two TVs, one in the living room, one in my dad's room. Wait, hang on. One in my, parents' room. I call it my dad's room because he was the one that really controlled the TV in the bedroom. Like, you know, when I'm at work, you can watch it, but when I'm at home or whatever, I'm watching it. And yeah, we only had one VCR too. So, you know, I had my Pokemon, Power Ranger, and Disney VHS tapes. My sister had, you know, the adult, when I say adult, I mean like the teenage movies and whatnot, you know, like the Bring It Ons and the Titanic and all that other stuff. So we had to take turns. So I related to that video. It was pretty cool. Thank You Next. But I just feel like, you know, there's a lot of overexposure. It seems like she's on the Jimmy. I know there was a period of time where it felt like she was always on the Jimmy Fallon show. And then the whole, Kanye West and Pete Davidson talking about mental health on Twitter. And then she jumps in, you know, saying something about, you know, promoting. It's like, hey, if you guys calm down, I'll put out a new song or whatever. And, you know, then that caused more drama. So I feel like this Ariana is more of a diva kind of thing and little girl attitude, as opposed to, it's kind of weird when Kat Valentine seems to be the more mature, but I'm not really here to judge because I really don't follow her that religiously in regards to her emotions. But to be completely honest, when I'm online and I'm scrolling and I see nothing but Ariana stuff, you are kind of forced to know what's going on, whether you like it or not. I mean, I don't know. Like I said before, I think she's extremely talented. I just feel like she's put out better songs than what she's putting out now. I just feel like what's making her song so explosive in regards to the Billboard charts and whatnot now is that there's a lot of drama regarding her as a person, whether it be drama, good or bad, attention. I feel like that's what's really propelling her up to the stardom level she's at now. Because again, I think Thank You Next and Seven Rings are songs. I think she's done way better in the past, but I think it goes back to a combination of all the media surrounding her as a person, as an artist right now, as well as there not really being a lot of contenders to go up against her when you think about it. So the Grammys come on tonight. Will I be watching? Probably not. I got other things I need to do. And at the same time, I'm pretty sure I'll see like the top moments in a BuzzFeed article or a video recapping things later on tonight or tomorrow. But let me know your thoughts. I'll be happy to read through some comments. And again, I don't dislike Ariana. I think she's talented. I just feel like we're getting a bit too much Ariana. Just my thoughts. And if you listen to the Thank You Next album, what are some of your favorite songs from the album? And also, looking back through her catalog of songs, what were some of your favorite live performances, other songs she's done? Because there are things I really liked her for doing in the past on like Jimmy Fallon show, was like the Wheel of Impressions and whatnot, where she pretends to be other artists. I mean, she does Mariah and Celine Dion. Some of her SNL sketches were very funny as well. But yeah, subscribe and I'll talk to you soon. Congratulations on making it to the end of this video. If you like what you saw, be sure to hit that thumbs up button, as well as leaving your thoughts in the comment section below so we can keep the conversation going. On the left hand side of the screen, you should see a picture of Jeffrey Harrington. You can click on him in order to subscribe, but also hit the bell notification icon. That way you don't miss out on any new content. Also, you should see some videos appearing on the screen as well that I'm pretty sure you'll enjoy if you enjoyed the one you just saw. But also, be sure to follow me on social media such as Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Links to all my social media will be in the description below. And in order to help this channel hit 100,000 subscribers, I'm going to need your help. So make sure to share this video as well as the channel around with all of your friends on your own social media. But once again, thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you all in the next video.